Most people believe HIV only attacks your blood, but as a doctor I've seen the truth. It quietly reshapes the body, the mind, and even your intimate life. HIV doesn't just weaken your immunity. It interferes with hormones, energy, emotions, and slowly affects how a person feels about love, touch, and closeness. In this video, I'll explain exactly how HIV affects a person's sexual life physically, mentally, and emotionally, and how modern medicine is helping people rebuild intimacy again. Let's begin with what happens inside the body. Once HIV enters the bloodstream, it attacks CD4 cells, the white blood cells that protect you from infection. When these cells decrease, the immune system goes into constant stress mode. Inflammation builds up. The body uses enormous energy just to stay alive. Over time, this chronic inflammation affects hormone production, particularly testosterone in men and estrogen in women. Patients begin to feel constant fatigue. Their mood changes, sleep becomes irregular, and slowly, the hormones that fuel sexual desire start to drop. You see, sexual health is not just about organs, it's about balance. When your immune system is busy fighting a virus 24/7, your body simply doesn't prioritize reproduction or pleasure. That's why many early HIV patients report loss of energy, reduced interest in intimacy, and unexplained hormonal changes, even before major symptoms appear. Let's look at what actually happens in men and women differently. In men, low testosterone leads to weaker erections. Some experience premature ejaculation, while others struggle to maintain one at all. Semen volume reduces, sometimes appearing thin or watery. The overall desire for intimacy fades, replaced by fatigue or disinterest. In women, hormonal changes reduce natural lubrication, leading to dryness and discomfort during intercourse. Recurrent yeast infections or bacterial vaginosis become more common. Menstrual cycles may become irregular or stop completely. All of this happens because the body's immune and hormonal systems are connected like gears. When one slows down, the other can't function properly. Doctors note, when you see both low energy and sexual changes together, it's not always aging. Sometimes, it's a deeper immune imbalance, like early HIV. But the physical effects are just one side of the story. The emotional burden can be far heavier. When a person learns they're HIV positive, the fear of infecting a partner often replaces the feeling of closeness with anxiety and guilt. They start avoiding touch, avoiding eye contact. Even in loving relationships, silence and distance begin to grow. Depression and stress suppress libido further. And when self-esteem drops, it becomes harder for the body to respond naturally to arousal. This is why, in my clinic, I always remind patients, sexual health is not only a physical function. It's an emotional system that needs confidence, connection, and peace of mind. When stigma and fear enter the bedroom, desire fades, not because the person doesn't care, but because they're carrying invisible emotional pain. Here's where modern medicine changes everything. With antiretroviral therapy, ART, HIV can be completely controlled. These daily medicines reduce the virus to undetectable levels, meaning it becomes so low that it cannot be transmitted sexually. This is known as U equals U, undetectable equals untransmittable. With proper treatment and regular follow-up, people living with HIV can have normal, healthy relationships and a fulfilling sexual life. Hormones improve, energy returns, and most importantly, the fear of transmission fades when couples understand the science. Doctor's advice: if both partners follow treatment guidelines and maintain trust, intimacy can continue safely and beautifully. Because today, HIV is not a death sentence. It's a manageable condition. Many couples still ask, can people with HIV have children safely? The answer is yes. Absolutely. When treatment is maintained and viral load stays undetectable, there's almost zero risk of transmitting HIV to a partner or baby. Doctors use advanced methods like sperm washing, timed conception, and ART monitoring to ensure the baby is born HIV-free. Women on treatment can also have normal pregnancies, safe deliveries, and healthy infants. This is a medical revolution. HIV no longer means the end of parenthood or family dreams. The truth is, HIV affects reproduction only when it's untreated. Once controlled, life and love continue, just like anyone else. But even with treatment, the real strength lies in communication. When partners speak openly, share fears, and consult doctors together, they rebuild trust. Psychological counseling helps them overcome shame, regain confidence, and reconnect emotionally. Regular sexual health checkups ensure both partners stay healthy and mentally strong. Doctor's message: a fulfilling sexual life doesn't just come from physical health, it comes from openness, honesty, and mental peace. If couples face it together, HIV cannot destroy their intimacy. Silence, however, can. Let me share a story from my medical experience. A young married couple came to me 12 years ago. The husband was diagnosed HIV positive. His wife tested negative. They were terrified. They thought their marriage, their dreams of having children, were over. But with consistent ART and medical care, they stayed healthy. Today, they have 2 HIV-free children, and their love is stronger than ever. That's what awareness does. HIV didn't destroy their relationship. Fear almost did. Knowledge and courage rebuilt it. Today, HIV is no longer the monster it once was. With early diagnosis and daily treatment, viral load becomes undetectable, hormones stabilize, and sexual health returns to normal. But the biggest danger is delay. Those who wait too long for testing lose valuable time. Because HIV doesn't only take your immune strength, it silently steals your energy, confidence, and intimacy long before it shows in your blood tests. Doctor's reminder: the earlier you test, the sooner you heal. HIV may affect your body, but it cannot define your love or your worth. With honesty, treatment, and care, you can live, love, and thrive just like anyone else. If you feel constant fatigue, emotional distance, or sexual changes you can't explain, get tested. Because early testing brings back everything you think you've lost. And if you believe in medical truth, subscribe now. Your one click helps others live longer, healthier, and with hope.